What is going on, guys? Welcome to Dub's Saw Shop. We are in the shop today. We got this Poulan Pro 415 done. It's been converted over to a 475, aka Johnson Red 2077. I done another video earlier today. I don't know how I'm going to incorporate the videos with one another, but we started this build. We ended up getting COVID. So we got put on hold. And as I felt like it, I came out here, just tinkered around, got it back together. We ended up taking about 50 thousandths out of the combustion chamber. Stock numbers with machine work was 105, 125, 79. We ended up doing a 20 thousandths pop-up. We got the exhaust at 100, transfers at 122, and the intake is at 80. And squish is around 26 thousandths. So we got a little bit room. We got a little bit of room to play right there. We can go in and tighten it up a little bit if we need to. But I don't think we're going to need to. Well, if you can tell, we got some chainsaws sitting outside. I was working over here the other week doing the 475 combustion chamber, and a bunch of chainsaws kind of crashed on my back. Ended up had some bar and chains on them, ended up getting cut across the back and the shoulder. Ended up cutting my hand. Luckily I didn't fall into the lathe because I was actually cutting the dang chamber. Well, my shelf finally let go, and all the saws that was up top ended up boom over here while I was running the lathe. This was a 415. It had the old style air filter set up in it, which it's got like the little D chamber. I'll show you when we get this off. So inside of here you got this D chamber. All of this is typically there. I've had to cut it out. And then there's a round spot right here. Usually it's got like a rubber pipe. Sticks in here, runs out, turns back to the carb. This is the newer model setup. It is off like the newer 425, 445. And it's the same air filter as like your Poulan Pro 380, 330, 3450. So pretty much what we had to do, we had to just take some snips and snip the rest of this D off right here to get this to clear down through it. On that setup, this piece right here typically has another ear on it. And it's like that because none of this is here and it can move freely. When you switch it over to this style air filter, you just got to snip that ear off and round it off. So when you pull your choke, it rotates freely. And this is a non-governed WJ carb. It's got a rebuild kit in it out of a Farmer Tech 660 carburetor. I opened this up. It's a 1-inch hole behind the deflector. We put this pipe in a while back. That's what we ran on the 475 at SawFest last year, but it just wasn't enough. So I just made a little Pringles smile. Is the best thing I can compare it to. The Pringle guy smile. Adding some eyeballs up here. Got a Pringles guy. And the chain is a Husky C83. But we have took a steel hexafile and filed this chain. The rakers are set to 35 thousandths. I don't know if this is going to cut worth a hoot, but I want to try it just to see how it does. Alright, so this is the intake setup that's typically on it. A little thing sits inside of that D chamber and sucks goes around, and this seals off the D chamber. The air filter is actually in the top cover. This part sits on top of the D chamber. Air comes in, goes up through, over, down into the D chamber, through that pipe around to the carb. Pretty, I mean, it works, but pretty crappy. Now, the top cover for the newer style is wide open, and it has to be to accommodate that tall ass air filter, and the air comes in here. So if you want to use an older model top cover, you just gotta go in, you gotta cut this wall out, take the air filter out, cut this D shape out, cut this front tube out, pretty much gut this whole thing to make it work, but I got another one, so I'm not gonna waste it. But that's the difference in the air filters and top covers. Oh, what a beautiful day it is today. Hey, look what we got done. We got our saws back on the rack. And pretty much got the shop back together.